What's up, guys? In this video I want to talk about how I identify relative strength in specific coins. I use two main indicators, spaghetti charts and volume delta. I like to give the analogy with relative strength. It's kind of like if you're betting on a boxing match and there's two fighters and one of the fighters is 10-1 and the other one is 1-10. So which one do you want to bet on? Probably not the guy who's losing all the time. You want to bet on the winners. And crypto is just like that. You can easily identify which coins do better over time than the alternative. So again, this video is just educational purposes, not financial advice. And I hope you learned something. Thank you. So this is my 30-day spaghetti chart. Spaghetti is basically a fun word for line graphs all on one chart. It kind of looks like, pasta with all the squiggly spaghetti lines, but basically this is just stacking multiple different coins all on one graph. And when you do that in TradingView, it results in a percentage-based scale. It's really easy to do. I'll just quickly explain. You start by typing in Bitcoin as like the primary coin that you want to benchmark against, and I made it bold and orange, which is easy to do. And you just come up here on the left, you hit plus, and then you can type new symbols, ETH, whatever, and then you click on it and it'll get added. I'm not going to add ETH again to this, but it's very easy to do. And if you have questions, just add a comment and I can help people do that. But this has, I think, 85 right here on my scale. So that's a lot. I don't know if you can do that in the free version of TradingView, but if you upgrade to one of the paid versions, you can add, I think, many, many more. I don't know what the limit is exactly, but if you don't have that, I'll put a link in the description. If you want to support me, you can use my referral code and do that. But basically, the way I use spaghetti, I'm looking at this on a 30-day, a 3-day, and a 1-day trailing basis. And I am essentially just writing down what I see as the outliers on the positive side up here above Bitcoin. And then I'm looking for the ones down here that are the absolute kind of underperformers. And I look at the top performers as essentially long candidates. And I look at the bottom performers as either short opportunities or simply just things that I don't want to touch at all. And the reason I look at multiple different timeframes, 30-day, 3-day, 1-day, is because I'm looking for which tokens overlap across all of those, or at least more than one of them, because that means it's consistently strong over multiple timeframes, which is a positive. So what I'm going to do now is I am in another, I'm going to take notes in Discord quickly, and then we can literally look at the written list and then compare them. So 30-day, I see OM, I see Litecoin, I see JTO, I see Ondo. I think this blue one is Hype. And then Jupiter, I see as these are the ones up here that I want to write down. And then laggards at the bottom. This is Melania, Zero Bro, Chill Guy, Peanut. Melania, Zero Bro, Chill Guy, Peanut. So those are memes. So another thing I like to do here is think about what's kind of happening on a holistic scale, like looking at the whole chart and being like, what is going on? So Bitcoin is here and most alts are underneath Bitcoin. So obviously, like, this leads me to believe, and I know everyone else has been feeling it, that Bitcoin has been outperforming almost all alts. Meaning we're definitely not in any type of alt season, and that playing alts is probably generally somewhat risky right now. So you have to be super selective. So I only want to play coins that are strong. So after I write down these notes on the 30-day, then I just click my next tab, and I already have this all set up. Let's do a little check-in now. So what I've attached here is where we stand. So I have the 30-day strength up here. I have the 3-day strength here, and I have the 1-day strength here, all from spaghetti. So our next step is to retrieve volume delta on a 24-hour look back period and then a 1-hour look back period. And I will show you how I do that. Okay, our next step is volume delta. We want to write down the top volume delta leaders and the top volume delta laggards. And again, volume delta is a very simple concept, but it can be used in a very powerful way. Volume delta equals buy volume minus sell volume. And the value of volume delta is looking at it over certain look back periods or trailing moving averages. So what Velo.xyz does, and again, this website is free to join. It's great. I'll include a link in the bio if you want to support me and use my link to sign up for it. It's free, it's easy, it's awesome. You should be using it. So again, it's just we look at volume delta over different trailing moving averages. Velo is popular, I think, for looking at open interest. You can look at spot bids. You can look at Coinbase versus Binance spot bids, aggregated premium, funding rates, liquidations. That's what I think a lot of people do use this for. But I love it for its easy chart layout. And people don't really know about this, which I think is kind of funny. But there's a button over here to the right. And if I pull this tab across, there's a table that I think most people have not seen before. And to add volume delta, we go up here to the settings button right here, add volume delta, click all these, hit save, and then you've got it. And similar to the spaghetti charts, I'm going to write down all the leaders and all the laggards on this list. So that's leaders, and then this is laggards. And give me a second while I do this. I'm probably going to fast forward the video so you don't have to watch me just type all this stuff in. And again, I'm only going to write down the coins that I want to trade. Because this is like my spaghetti list is curated. This is not curated. This is like everything. So a lot of this stuff is crap, and I don't want to trade it. But you'll see how I do this. All right, let's go. So let's write down the 24-hour volume delta leaders and laggards, and then I'll do the 1-hour volume delta leaders and laggards. Let's go. All right, let's bring everything together now and come to a conclusion. So we looked at spaghetti charts over a 30-day, a 3-day, and a 1-day look back. We then looked at 24-hour volume delta, which is simply the trailing buy minus sell volume over a 24-hour period and then a 1-hour period. And then we have our list here. So what I like to do then is I like to look at recurring themes. I'm only going to look at longs today, not shorts, but you can certainly do this with short ideas. So I see Litecoin on the 30-day strength, and I also see it on the 24-hour volume delta. So that leads me to believe that that's something worth looking into. I also see hype on the 30-day, the 3-day, and the 24-hour. So that's something I certainly want to look into. And then I see the 3-day strength on SUI, and then I see SUI as well in the 1-hour volume delta down here. So those are 3 coins that are clearly being bid and clearly have interest. And that leads me to believe that they could present good trade setups. Identifying strong coins is only the beginning, though. After you identify the strong coin with spaghetti and volume delta, you then have to identify if there's an actionable trade setup. In one of my following videos, I will certainly show you how to do this. But until then, be well. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Have a good day.